you ever wonder what is in the water that you are consuming each and every day? Neither do I. It's scary to think what we could be putting into our systems by doing something as simple as drinking water. As people, we deserve clean and pure water to drink. Many challenges face Nebraskans when trying to protect this valuable resource. Runoff from rain and irrigation can carry chemicals and topsoil into streams in both urban and rural areas, causing surface water contamination, states the Nebraska Department of Environmental Quality. Another issue that I am going to inform you about is the Keystone XL pipeline that may be causing danger to our Ogallala aquifer. So what factors are there that damage our water? One danger is irrigation. Irrigation can harm our drinking water because machines spray chemicals over fields and crops, and when they irrigate, those chemicals can soak into the ground. Another danger is the Keystone XL pipeline. That could have a major effect on the Ogallala aquifer. If the pipeline should spring a leak where it touches the aquifer, or even above it, Klebe and other opponents say oil could quickly seep into and through the porous sandy soil, states Mufson in 2012. Hydraulic fracturing is another danger that contaminates the underground water. During hydraulic fracturing, which is also known as fracking, large amounts of water mixed with sand and chemicals are injected underground to crack shale rock and release pockets of oil or natural gas, states Page in 2015. This process is also very dangerous because it can cause earthquakes. And another issue is other states bring their waste from fracking to dump into Nebraska because it's much cheaper for them to do so. But they don't realize that they're damaging our water supply as well. So how do these damages affect our water? When farmers irrigate, they put out chemicals that get into our rivers and sometimes can seep into the aquifer. The Keystone XL pipeline is going to sit right on top of the aquifer, in some places just 5 feet over it, which will lead to faster exposure of water contaminants if there was a spill. TransCanada, which said they would bury the pipeline at least 4 feet under the ground, which in some places would place the pipeline underwater, states Mufson in 2012. Fracking is contaminating our water from oil and gas extraction. Weak safeguards and inadequate oversight have allowed oil and gas producers to run roughshod over communities across the country with their extraction and production activities for far too long, resulting in contaminated water supplies, dangerous air pollution, destroyed streams, and devastated landscapes, states the National Resources Defense Council. So the question is, how can we make the water better for drinking? One thing that we can do is encourage farmers to make sure the water that they're irrigating with has no pathogens or contaminants for our safety. As far as the Keystone pipeline, it is being built into the ground too close to the aquifer in some places. One solution would be the people building it could resolve to moving it away from the aquifer to where it's not so close to the surface. Mike Johans of Nebraska has asked the State Department to consider an alternate route, more easterly route that would avoid the aquifer, states Song in 2011. As far as fracking, as a group we can restrict fracking from our areas so there will be no contamination and keep people safe and healthy. We can also restrict them from going near our water areas. To end, I'd like to share a story about my hometown. We have a river called the South Loop River, that we go almost every summer to tube in or just swim in. And recently they have found E. coli in the river, which has a lot of people worried because not only is it in our drinking water, but the people that go swimming, they can, say they go underwater, they ingest some of that water, and they get really sick. That's a very dangerous thing to get sick with. So that has stopped a lot of people from being able to go swim in the river or tube in it this past summer because of the E. coli found. The truth is, there will always be some factor affecting and damaging our water supply. There isn't a lot that we can do about some things. Without our water, obviously we would be in a great amount of danger. And that is why we have to work for what we can change to protect the water that we value so much. We are entitled to clean and pure water.